So I've started in Manchester, as the same as the last one, and it could end up being filmed in Salford by the end of it. Unlike the last video where I sort of didn't have any sort of, I didn't have a plan as to where I was going, this one I do. And I'll show you step by step where I'm going to be heading to. Main priority is to try and do an explore, but I do know it is difficult just with the pure amount of people that are watching you, and most of the buildings are locked up. But all else failing, if they are all locked up, then I'm still going to share some top places with you and show you some brilliant little hidden gems. Some people from Manchester will probably know where they are, but if you're watching it and you're not from Manchester, then it's always good to look at. Gives you a good insight to the city, not like the high streets and everything. It's sort of off the beaten track. I mean, look at that. This is what I love about it. You can just be mooching around Manchester and you stumble across so much beautiful things, like brilliant artwork and just little hidden gems and nooks and crannies. So there is a place that I have got in mind that I want to try and do. I did try and do it last week, but there was too many nosy parkers, should we say. So I've come here nice and early, and I'm going to try and get in. I might just have to bite the bullet and, just go straight in there. From what I can gather, it was some sort of bookshop at some point. So now it's due to be pulled, so I'm doing no harm in going and have a little bit of an explore on that. Whole thing's fell in it. I don't know what this were. Look at that. Cup winners. When England won the World Cup. There is a cellar there. This floor looks pretty dodgy though. Hello? So I've just ran in this place. It looks like it was, well, I don't even know what it were, so don't quote me on it, but I've had to literally just like jib in here. This is an old toilet obviously, but what it were originally, I haven't a clue. This is the only point that I can get in. There is a cellar down there, but I won't be going down there. There we go. That could belong to Pistorius, but it's just a rumour I've heard. All the old electrics. Check that out. Someone's left the keys. Wow. Look at that. Check them out. Wow. This place is falling to pieces, as you can see. I haven't a clue what it were. If you know what it were, then comment in the video and let me know. But I am sorry that I can't get any further in because the whole building's been pulled. So this was it. So this will date back to, let's just see, when England won the World Cup. What was that, like 2005 or something? I'll put the if I can find any information about this place, I'll put it in the info underneath, or I'll link something in. I'll link something into this video. But I ain't got a clue why there's a mannequin's leg. what I will do is I'll overlay some old photographs of this place. I think it's probably been numerous things over the years. But as to what it were when it's like last day, I mean, look at that older piece of like architecture there. This place was really old. I have done a lot of research about this row of buildings, but not this one in particular. I do know it was probably I think it was a bookshop at some point. I could be wrong, so don't all jump on my case, you know what I mean? But this is crazy. I'm just gutted. What's this say? I have to be careful because people are knocking about. There is an old cellar there as well. Wow. It's just going to be a quick in and out, this one, people, I'm sorry. But this would have been the old shit house, I'd imagine. Oh no, we won't go there. That's a proper northern quarter poo, that. But the fuck. Yeah, quick in and out, this one, people. So I'll overlay some old pictures of this place, and I will try and dig out what it used to be. But it's a shame, like, I know it is falling to pieces, but the historical value of this whole street that they're pulling down, it's a bit of a shame, really, isn't it? So this next place that I'm taking us, right, is it's a bit of a, there's not many people know that this comes from Manchester. I found out about 5 years ago, but I'm going to take you now, and just a little piece of history that Manchester's proud of. So if I was to say Granby Road to you, it wouldn't mean anything, and it don't mean anything to me. But it's played a massive part in our lives, because this is the place where this was formulated and it was invented, and right here was where it lay, this street. So I'm going to take you over to this place now, and I just always had in my head that if I did this video it would be a nice sunny day, because I've seen people do it, but it is Manchester and it's 95% of the time it's gloomy and pissing it down. So this monument here is paying homage basically to the formulation of Vimto and where it was invented. And this sort of stone here, the Vimto monument, marks its respect to what lay here and what was formulated back in the 1900s. And this is brilliant. Like I said, I have done my research on it, so I'll just read a little bit of this out while I'm walking around it. So back in 1908, the local herbalist Noel Nichols brewed a first barrel of what was then called Vim Tonic in a little terraced house on Granby Row. It was a mixture of herbs, spices and local seasonal fruit, with a recipe that is to this day safely guarded secret. So that's just a little bit of info on it, and if you didn't know that where Vimto come from, now you do, because it's proudly invented in Manchester. Quality. People have commented in the videos just saying how much great artwork Manchester's got, like graffiti art and just even like pure art. And obviously growing up here, it's like sort of nothing new to me in a way, but when you take a step back and people comment, it makes you think, wow, yeah, it's really good. Everywhere you turn there's something. I mean, look at that for Tony Wilson. Look at that. That is unbelievable, that. I love it. Right, so if you're from Manchester, you'll probably know this place. It's the Salisbury pub. To my left there, you've got the Thirsty Scholar, which I've been in a few times, and the Zombie Shack there. I've never been in that. And then you've got the entrance there to Oxford Road train station. Now, back in the 1800s, this place was you didn't want to be knocking about around here. It was called Little Island, and it was the slum area of Manchester, bad slums. If you look at these cobblestones, these were probably from back in the day. These would have probably been here originally, but they've flattened. Basically, there was the Irish immigrants came over to work, but the low skilled ones, the ones that really couldn't find a job, sort of settled here. And going back over some notes that I've read about this place, it was horrific. You didn't want to be around here. Now, just to back up what I'm saying, so you know that I'm not just like talking shit, basically. It's on here, and it says, the Salisbury stands in the area of Manchester's known as Little Island. In the 19th century, it had a high population of Irish settlers. So basically, from what I've read as well, this place was somewhere where you shouldn't be. Getting a few weird looks here. What's she looking at over there? Stupid at one. And they settled here, and what I will do now is I'll overlay some old footage, sorry, not old footage, I'll overlay some old pictures that I've actually got of this place. And this would have been original, all these cobbles were original, probably going back to the 1800s, so they would have, all them people that were knocking about would have been walking on these as well, which is mad to think that to this day that we're still walking on them now. But if you look at some of the old pictures, this wasn't a good place to be. I'll put the old pictures over the top. It was absolute poverty. I'll just read a bit of information about it. So it says that large numbers of immigrant Irish workers lived there in appalling housing conditions. And it says it was built in 1827, they were vacated in 1847 and demolished it in 1877. So basically it wasn't up for long because of how bad it were. So this is the little plaque. There it is. Let me zoom in for you. Little Island, that large numbers of immigrant Irish workers lived there in appalling housing conditions. Built in 1827, vacated in 1847, and demolished in 1877. So there it is, a little bit of history. So I've just come down here now, just to check this little monument out, whatever it is. But look at him. Looks like me when I'm getting in the bath. Look at him burning his balls. Red hot bath, that. Need some cold water in that bath, mate. never been here, then you need to come. Look at this. It's an old street in Salford. How cool is that? Look at that. Check them little shoes out. Look at them. Makes you feel like people were actually living in these houses. Just sort of knocking on for your mate back in the day. Look how original it is. Look at that. It's like stepping back in time. So cool. Imagine like the food being done there. Like the smell of home cooked food and that. Do you know what I mean? Corned beef hash or something at that table. Sorted. This was always one of my favourite places as well, because I used to like the sounds that got on in here. You can hear that if you be quiet, listen. Wow. Absolutely mental. This is so cool. Check them Nora batteries out. I love it. So if you're ever in Salford, or even if you're in Manchester and you want to see a piece of Salford history, get yourself down here. It's so good. So many good memories of being in here as a kid. Me and my sister used to run riot in here. It says that you only had to be 13 to drink in the pub. When I was about 10 and I used to think, oh, I'm only 3 years off. I can go and get hammered. I can't wait. There have been a few pints up in here over years. Look at that. Old school. Smoking and everything. Probably a game of cards or something. Bustling in this pub. Let's take you in again. How cool's that? It's so good. It's like stepping back in time. It's like I'm walking round while everyone's, you know what I mean? Everyone's like in the pub and I'm like ghosting about. So strange. You've got to get yourself here. Set your kids and everything. It's well cool.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. One small step for man, one giant leap
So there's my Guinness. Looks pretty good. And just to let you know that last week's Explore, which was in, where was it? What pub was it? The Gulliver's one. It was a 7 out of 10.
Go on, folks, that's right.
That's a 7.5. And it is the smallest pub, definitely in Manchester.
March 6th of my first game is QPR.
Regular started coming up bit more in second division. Yeah, can't.
But I'm on the same road looking at the houses trying to make an squeeze patches.
Cheers, mate. Sorry, mate. It's alright.
I want to get him more that laughing gas.
Sorry, mate. Can I just squeeze patches?
Alright, mate.